The Liberty are very shorthanded today. Well, what makes them so dangerous, though?
What?
They're shorthanded today, but what makes them so dangerous tonight?
Well, they're the defending champs, and they have that pedigree. They're still really, really good and well coached, and that doesn't. Everybody in this league goes through times where you're shorthanded, but that doesn't change your culture or who you are as a team, or they're used to winning, and every time they put on their uniform, they're not hoping to win, they're executing to win. So I'm not thinking too much about that at all. Sabrina and JJ, I mean, they're still, and then they got Miesemann. They have 8, but it's a good 8.
Hey, Coach. Half of Cam's minutes have come as the lone big on the floor since she's come back. What have you seen out of those lineups? I understand a lot of that's just with the bench, and she is the lone big off the bench. But what have you seen out of those lineups, and how would you like to see them adapt along with Cam alongside another big?
Like, do I want to see Cam play with another big?
Either that or just the adaptation that they can kind of evolve together coming down the stretch of the season with her alongside either De'Eric at times
Sure.
or Azure.
Yeah, well, I think Cam brings, what I love in a roster is having diversity in terms of different players bring different things. And I think Cam is super athletic and long, and we all know her shot blocking, but one of the benefits of rehabbing a knee is you get to do a lot of stationary shooting. So you can, she's done a lot of that. And you can see the confidence in her outside shot. So yeah, I think, as she continues to get more minutes, when the minutes restriction continues to be, she's still on it. But yeah, I mean, I think with her and De'Eric and Azrael, all 3 of them are very different. And that's what I like, is that versatility. So how would it, I think with her and Rakia the 4, I think that gives us a really fast lineup with 5 people that can really shoot it. And so I think for the opposing team, that's hard. Like when it's a different look when you have a different group out there. But, Cam's she's obviously a huge part of this season and our future. And I can't wait to integrate her more and more and more.
Beyond Azra's health and availability, what else do you think has contributed to her having career highs across the board?
Azra?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think if she is not the top vote getter for most improved, something's wrong, right? And I think when you talk about most improved, a lot of times players will change rosters, and so it's a different opportunity, right? And so if you go from, you're coming off the bench and then you go to another team and now you're starting, that doesn't necessarily show improvement. That just shows bigger opportunity, right? And so Azra has been here, and her numbers from last year to this year are drastically improved. There's no comparison from her effective field goal percentage, her true shooting percentage, 3-point shooting, rebounds, everything is significantly statistically up. And what contributes to that, I think, she's healthy, obviously, but she's improved and she's put the work in, and she had a great season at Unrivaled, and she came in here, ready to roll, and she's completely bought in to what we're doing. I think the system has helped her improve in terms of the numbers as shown. But I really, truly, and there's so many great players and improving across the league. There's nobody in the league that's more improved than Azra Stevens, for sure.
Hey, Coach. Hi. You guys talked a lot at the start of the season of just learning how to win games, and that process would take some time.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, had some success in crunch time and a lot of these games recently. What do you attribute that to? Is it just a matter of getting time together, new ATOs in practice, or just what?
Yeah, I think all of the above, right? I think winning is when you're used to losing, then you get in close games and you just kind of in your head go to where it's like, oh, here we go again. And getting a group to not take that mental route, and that's been the process. And I think right now in timeouts and stuff, I keep reiterating, we're going to win. We got to execute, we got to defend, we got, do the things of the game plan. Just continuing to almost, water torture of just we're going to win. And, it starts to kind of wear on you, right? And then, yes, we obviously spend time on ATOs and all that, but, you know, it's so mental, figuring out how to just dig deep. Every win in this league, for us or for whoever, is hard earned. And so understanding it's going to be hard, understanding the other team's going to go on runs, understanding that you're going to get calls that you don't like, and it doesn't matter. You just keep pushing forward, and that's been the message I've been having with them. And, you know, obviously success breeds more success, and confidence breeds more confidence. So I think we're starting to see the payoff there.
There's a lot of parity in the league this year, and we're even seeing it in the standings, just how congested certain sections of the standings are. With you guys trying to make a playoff push, I guess, how do you pay attention to the standings at all?
Not really. I mean, people talk to me about it a lot, but I try to really, and people are going to say, do you really? But I really don't. I don't, because I want to be present tense focused on playing New York, competing against New York, hopefully beating New York. I have learned the hard way over my career. The more I look forward and think, okay, then we can do this, and then if we do that, then we end up tripping on what's in front of us. And so I've learned, honestly, by messing up in that regard, to just really be mentally disciplined to focus on today. And I know we play Dallas next. After that, I don't know. I just try to be really focused with the team and not get ahead of ourselves and just be present-minded. So I don't know, to be honest, today where we are in the standings. I know we have 12 games left. I was told that today. And each one is huge. So I stand firm on we want to make the playoffs, but 12 games left. We got work to do.
Hey, Coach, Jackie Ray TV. I want to go back to your point about emotion, because Sandy Brondello had just said something similar, whether it's they're getting mad at refs or their level of play. When they lose composure, they become easy to beat. Have you seen that, and are you planning to exploit that?
I have not seen that. I have not seen that. I have so much respect for Sandy, for New York. You know, Sabrina I've coached against since college. Those guys are winners. And so, no, I have not seen that. I'm not buying into that. We got our hands full tonight for sure.
Hey, Coach. Julie has played basketball all over the world, you know, Eurobasket, Olympics, WNBA. Does that kind of contribute to the way she's able to kind of control the pace of the game, facilitate the way that she does?
Yeah, I mean, she's so smart, cerebral out there, and she comes over to me a lot with things that, like on the sideline, with things that she's seeing, suggestions of, you know, what we could run or who needs to get it. And she's almost always right. And that's an unbelievable gift as a coach to have your point guard like that. The other thing that I love about her, and I mean, I love a lot of things about her, but one of the things that I really value about her is that she's also very steady. She doesn't get too high or too low, but in big moments, you see the fire. She's very competitive, but she's very locked in on playing the right way, meaning the ball's moving, the ball's being shared, team basketball. And when your point guard's all about that, then good things follow.
Coach, I have another Elamon one. She has a plus 46, which is the best on the season for this
Julie?
part. Yes.
Yeah.
Plus 46. In what ways, beyond the box score, does that maybe show up that maybe it's not as obvious when you just look at the stats?
Well, I think kind of going off what I said, like she understands time and score. She understands who, you know, maybe what the other team is struggling with defensively, and she'll look to exploit it. Defensively, she's really smart. Again, she understands what the other team's probably going to try to do, and that all adds up to the plus minus, right? So even if she's not scoring or getting the defensive stop or the rebound, she's impacting it in a huge way. It's really hard not to have her out there in close games. It's really hard to take her out, even though it's hard for me to take her out. She's just so valuable.
We'll finish on Zoom with Infinity TV.
Hey, what's up, Coach? LA Sparks Weekly here at LA Live. So, Coach, just thinking about the character and the personality of this team, where have you seen the team grow? Like, or what would you describe the team's character and personality? And do you think it kind of comes from yourself, someone who's feisty, but also very composed when on the sideline?
It's like we've known each other forever. Yes. Yeah, this team they have a great way of being light and silly or goofy when it's appropriate, and then they have the ability to lock in, and I can be that way as well. Yeah, I think we're still a work in progress in terms of, it's going to take time for us to really establish what we're about, and by time, I mean it's going to take a couple seasons. But I think you're starting to see that they're pretty level-headed and competitive, and the more you play together and the more you hang out together and all of that, there's more of a comfort level with each other, and I think that's what you're seeing. But yeah, they are feisty, and I love it. But they also can be goofy and lighthearted when it's appropriate. So it's a good balance. That's kind of how I'd love it to be.
Hey, Coach, final question, DJ here. In the paint and second chance points are way up. Is that a symptom of your system working? I know you said that good defense and better shot selection was there. Is that a symptom of that?
You're more than halfway through. Can you talk a little bit about how you're feeling personally and professionally, being that we're in a way close to the end of the first season?
Yeah, it's a blur. Like the season is such it is just so rapid fire. But I feel more settled in. I feel more comfortable in the pace of the games and the preparation and all of that. But I feel good. I feel very blessed to be here and very fortunate to be coaching this team. It's an opportunity that I'm grateful to have. And, I want to win, and I want to win here, and I want to win big. So I have, eyes on big things, but enjoying the moment. I really am. I really like this team. It's a good group of people. So I think I've learned a lot. I'm sure I've gotten better. I'm sure I've made mistakes, but I'm super happy to be here, and it's humbling. You bet. All right. Thank you all.